This is more than a football story. This is the story of an exceptional young man who has ignited a football program, a school, and a community. Willing to be stern when necessary and funny when appropriate, Thomas brings a charge with him that leaves everyone he encounters smiling from ear to ear. The same spark and extraordinary attitude that he brings to the football program, Thomas brings every day to the halls of the Mount Union Area High School. Thomas Carter is a 15-year-old special needs student, and like every other student, Thomas goes to class, hangs out with his friends, makes time for a job, and even manages the varsity football team. What you are about to see and hear is how Thomas has grown and the impact he is having on the lives of his family, friends, teachers, and coaches. This is Thomas's story. Born in Silver Springs, Maryland on November 11th, 1997, Thomas was always a quiet and calm child.
When he was newborn and he started to walk and crawl and stuff, he'd disappear. And he'd be underneath the coffee tables, butterball naked, sleeping. Didn't even know where he was. Couldn't find him for hours, and there he was underneath the coffee table, sleeping, butterball naked. And then he'd leave and try to disappear. Quiet though. He didn't talk till he was probably, 9, 10?
When he turned 1, Deb began taking Thomas to see doctors.
I mean, you take him to the store and he would just throw a fit. Because he couldn't tell you what he wanted. You know, he couldn't open his mouth, you know. And I took him to doctors before that. I mean, I was doctoring with him whenever he turned 1 year old because there was nothing. He spoke not, and they kept saying his siblings are talking for him. He's talking through his siblings, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, they kept giving you the runaround and saying this and that. And finally, thanks to the Head Start teacher, she said, you know, hey, he needs to be seen by a doctor at Children's Hospital. And he went through a bunch of testing and different doctors, and they declared the diagnosis as mental retardation X fragile.
Fragile X syndrome is the most common form of hereditary mental retardation in males, affecting nearly 1 in 4,000. Particular facial features, behavioral problems, temper tantrums, and autism mark those affected. Once they reach puberty, boys exhibit poor eye contact, preservative speech, distractibility, and impulse control. After being diagnosed, Thomas was placed in a special education program. Unhappy with Thomas's progress, Deb began fighting to have Thomas put in a more inclusive classroom environment.
Then when he got into first grade, the school board wanted to stick him in a program that was just for kids that did not have disabilities. It was all for kids that had disabilities. And they wouldn't learn anything, and they wouldn't be with the other kids. It was just them secluded. And I had fought the school board he was in 5th grade or 4th grade when I moved. So I fought him for a couple of years and didn't get nowhere.
Deb relocated to the Mount Union Area School District, where Thomas was instantly impacted by his relationship with his stepfather Raymond, his son Curtis, and by his placement into a more inclusive classroom.
When he started out in elementary school with Miss Posey, he was with regular students and, you know, everybody else. Like, he wasn't secluded away from anybody. He wasn't outpointed. He wasn't put out. You know, he was with everybody else.
Thomas's inclusion helped him to interact with his classmates and finally started to break out of his shell, allowing his wonderful personality to blossom.
The friends that Thomas has, the community that, you know, is taking him and showing him people and introducing him to people and everybody just knowing him, I think that also has a lot to do with it.
And ever since you come here, it's been nothing but support for him, 110%. From my buddies, crew down to his buddies, you know, friends. He really changed from the first time I met him. Like I said, he didn't talk. You know, he'd work on stuff, but he couldn't say nothing. But he has improved a lot, and he's a lot of fun.
Now in 11th grade, Thomas is enrolled in a co-op program that allows him to attend class in the morning and gain work experience in the afternoon.
You know, Tommy's just a special kid that when you meet him, you just know that he's somebody that's gonna be there to help out in any way he can.
I can't tell you how happy I've been to have gotten to know him and worked with him a little bit. Thomas's energy is just contagious. His school spirit here is unlike anyone else's that I've ever met, and he's just a great all-around student to be with. He will do anything at all to help anyone. I ask Thomas to do anything, and it's, yes ma'am, what can I do?
He's always in a good mood, which puts everybody else in a good mood, and really has a positive influence on everybody at Mount Union. I don't know anybody that doesn't like Thomas, and he's just like Oprah. There's only one Thomas. He doesn't have to have a last name. When you say Thomas, everybody knows who you're talking about.
He's a backbone and the spirit of our team. The kids love him. He is smiling all the time. The kids just think he's a great kid. He's fun to be around, and I wish every kid in this school had the same attitude about school and about life that Thomas has.
Thomas likes being a teacher assistant and helping his classmates with their projects.
I still remember when Tommy back in, I had woodshop with him. He was just sitting there one day, just got up out of the blue, just started sweeping, no clue why. The floor was completely clean, just randomly, just cleaned up all the floor, sat back down, never said a word. No clue why I did it, just random out of the blue. Then we were building something else. And Tommy would just run around, getting all your parts for you, always help you out when you need them.
Thomas also enjoys when his normal school day ends and when he heads to McVeigh's garage with his aide, Donna.
It's really just an opportunity for Thomas to learn some new things, whether it be an oil change, or he also maybe does some cleanup in the shop. He also has some fringe benefits of being over here too. Coffee and donuts every day, which if it's his choice. We also do some things that kind of relate to academics. He gets to go into the parts store and pick out like match-up numbers and letters to certain parts that the men might need for the cars. There's just a variety of things that we get him to do, and it's more, just of a learning experience for him, and we're very pleased to have Thomas with us. He's definitely been an asset. We enjoy his company. The guys look forward to him coming in every day. Sort of disappointed when he's not here, and I hope that Thomas feels the same. So we're very pleased to have him here. And it's nice working with Thomas. He keeps things interesting and lively.
He started into this program here and been a big help. He seems to know what he's doing. He comes in and just goes right to work some days. And if I'm busy, he'll know what he has to do. Seems like he's a pretty good fella.
But Thomas is only truly happy when the school day ends and he gets to step foot onto the football field. Teacher and coach Brian Kreitzer led Thomas to the Mount Union football program, where he instantly became a catalyst of greatness. First for the junior high program as they begin training camp, and later for the varsity program.
Awesome. He just makes everybody's day better.
He makes my day. He has gym class with me. He's just funny overall. He's a good man. He's hardworking, funny. I love him to death.
Always talking about how he has a lot of girlfriends. But we always ask him to show him, but he'll never show them. But he says he has them, so I guess we have to believe him.
I'm a ladies man.
Thomas is always willing to help out at practice. He always has the water ready at breaks, has footballs out for drills, and is willing to carry bags or other equipment. Thomas helped the junior high program build more than football skills. He helped to build camaraderie.
Thomas, he's just a lot of fun. It's impossible to be in a bad mood around him. He's not even a manager, he's more like a motivator. When everybody's in a bad mood, he's the one to bring us up, and he's the one to just help everybody win the games. He's really the ones that just make practice a lot of fun and just lively.
And Tom will make your day no matter what mood you're in. He just always happy, always keep you up.
Thomas Carter is amazing to be around. He always lifts the spirit of the team. And when I'm over here practicing kicking or before a game, he's always there to tell me that I'm gonna do good no matter what, and he believes in me. He's an amazing kid.
Tom Carter. He's a good kid. He's a good kid. He is a part of the puzzle of this team here.
Football championships are not won, they are built. And Thomas was the cornerstone of the championship run through the 2012 season. Thomas brought that team together through sternness, compassion, and even laughter.
He comes to every practice. He goes to the game. He gets the team pumped up. I think he's a great part of the team. And I don't know, we just look at him as a teammate.
Thomas has been a part of the team for a while now. He's very passionate about football. He's always happy.
He loves doing the Mount Union Trojan. Every day is a great day. Every day he loves being here. When we go through camp, Thomas is here, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and it just is truly a wonderful thing to have him part of our team.
During a hot evening practice, Coach Glasgow and his assistants have become frustrated with the lack of effort and conditioning. Desperate to motivate his team after numerous 10 and turns, up downs, and bear crawls, Coach Glasgow turned to Thomas and asked, "Hey Thomas, you think we should be done? You think we're ready for Tussey Mountain?" Thomas replied with a laugh, followed by a stern, "Nope." The team instantly got it. The spark had been lit. Thomas's stern motivational advice, laughter, happiness, and dedication to his team continued throughout the season until the final horn sounded at the ICC Championship game. The scoreboard read, Juniata Valley 0, Mount Union 6. And when the team was awarded the championship trophy, it was only appropriate that Thomas, the cornerstone of our team, hoist it in victory.
Tommy inspires everybody. I have not met anyone who is more motivated and upbeat than Tommy Carter. It is a pleasure to be with him. I wish he was still in junior high with us, but we lost him up to varsity. But yes, it's enjoyable just to be around Tommy, and I do miss him.
Thomas helped lead the junior high football program to a championship trophy in 2012, and he was also an important member of the 2014 varsity squad that finished their regular season undefeated in search of a District 6 championship, but fell to the Tyrone Golden Eagles in the district finals. But Thomas is part of something bigger, something he might not even be aware of. Thomas is inspiring and impacting the lives of those around him. From his fellow students and teammates to his teachers and coaches, Thomas is changing lives.
I used to hear Coach Dave Smith talk about Thomas the Tank all the time, and I couldn't figure out who in the world this cat was. Who's the Tank? And they told me 2 years ago or so the Tank would be moving up to the varsity level with us. And I didn't really know what to expect. And next thing I know, I saw Tank. Tank comes rolling into the locker room, and Tank being Tank, like Coach Smith said, it's love at first sight. When I think about Tank, I think of a lot of things, and he'll make any bad day better instantly. I look at Tank as a gift from God. You know, everyone probably looks at Tank and says, you know, sometimes Tank got a bum deal with life. I look at Tank as a gift. Every day when I see Tank, I instantly feel better. We have a lot of laughs, a lot of fun.
If you ever get a chance to meet Thomas Carter, he's a special young man, and he's changed my life tremendously. And even though I don't coach football anymore, I still see Thomas here at the school, and we talk about hunting and fishing and, of course, football. And he always keeps me up to date on how things are going. And I think it's just an awesome fit for Thomas to be where he's at now, and just it's hard for me to put into words how much of an impact he's had here and at the football field.
Tommy Carter epitomizes honesty. I like the honesty that Tommy portrays as a student here.
Tommy's probably the most popular guy in Huntington County. Everybody in the school knows him and loves him. Pep assemblies gets the biggest cheers. Game day, it's just, I get messages from Tommy. I'm not quite sure always what he's saying, but deep down I know that he's proud to be blue and gold.
There's one thing Tom taught you in life. What do you think it is?
make the most of it.